Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I'm so excited to be here to talk about transformation in this amazing group. So, real quick introduction. My name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am the CEO and founder of the Moon Goddess Publishing, Moon Goddess Academy, and the Moon Goddess Circles. So, shall we begin? When you join in, just go ahead and I'm moving along. If you have any questions, go ahead and post it so I can see it and answer it for you. If you catch the replay, make sure you hashtag replay and post your questions, and I'll come back and review it. All right, transformation. When I saw this topic, it got me really excited because this is a huge part of my work. I help women and sometimes men go through this process of transformation. And what is it? And that's what I want to talk about. What is transformation? What is the purpose of it? Why do we go through transformation? So let's begin. First, I want to say transformation is a calling. Transformation is also a process. It takes us through these steps of expansion. Right? We go through transformation because we are multidimensional beings. We're not meant to be stagnant. We're meant to be, we are dynamic. There we go. We're always changing. We're always growing. We're always evolving. We're always becoming better and better and better if we choose to, because this is a choice. We have free will here. Right? So I'm going to talk about a little bit about how important that choice part is in the free will in a little bit. So we are dynamic beings, right? So we're not meant to be stagnant. And that's why we always come to a point where, the old self is here. And then we see a new aspect of ourselves that wants to emerge. And the middle part is what we call transformation. How we get from this is the old part that I need it to go or change or transform to this is where I see myself being. That process of moving there is what we call transformation. So this leads me to transformation doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't have to be intense, but this is what happens. When it begins, you have this, it's like a gentle nudge, a gentle reminder that comes in to, like, hey, do you feel that? Do you feel that, this, how you treat your body is not working anymore? How you think about yourself is not working anymore. The people that you're hanging out with, do you notice that it's not working anymore? It's not meshing anymore. You're not relating to them anymore. Do you realize that, your work, you're not loving it as much as you did before? Hey, something needs to change. So it begins with this gentle nudge, like, okay, I know something needs to change. Like I see it. Perhaps, okay, at the beginning, perhaps you don't even see it completely yet, because it's just a nudge. So you begin to feel it, right? Like, something's just not right. And then if you do not take that time to dive in to really bring that up to the forefront, well, your soul knows this journey. So then it pushes you to the next stage where you actually begin to see the evidence of what needs to change and what needs to shift in your life. So for example, if it is, about your job, it's like, hey, you go in and all of a sudden your coworkers are like against you. People are talking behind your back, like it's just chaos at work. It's just you're not getting along with your customers that you used to. Or if it's your body, you notice that you're not feeling as great. You're feeling heavy. You're feeling sluggish. Brain fog. You're just not yourself. And you're like, something needs to change. Something needs to change. At that point, perhaps you haven't had the courage or the inspiration to really move you through that change to the other side, right? So this is where the soul takes you to that next level of, hey, this is who you need to be in order to feel the way that you're craving. So for example, if you were shown like, oh, I feel so tired, my body just feels heavy, sluggish, and all of a sudden, let's say, you can get evidence in every form. It might be, through a movie you're watching, or a friend that, like, oh my gosh, I love her energy. I love how she has it seems like she has endless energy. She's radiant. She's always blooming. Like, I want to feel that way, right? So you begin to see the evidence on the outside, like, this is where I want to be. This is who I see myself becoming. Or this is who I want to be. Right? So that's the next step. This is who I want to be. This is where I am, and this is who I want to be. Now, the next step is the big push. At this point, if you haven't taken the steps, so for example, with the body part, like where you feel sluggish, if you don't start moving your body, if you don't start eating the foods that make you feel amazing, if you don't start, with the mind part, if you don't start paying attention to how you think about yourself, if you don't start taking the action at work, let's say, like, start to look for other opportunities that will bring you more joy, then you move to that next phase. And this part can be intense, because at that point, you've had so many nudges. The soul has given you so many nudges that if the soul doesn't push you in the right direction, you're going to continue staying in that spot and suffering, because you do have an awareness of that suffering. That's the thing, right? You have the awareness that I do not want this state anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to work in this environment anymore, right? I don't want to be broke anymore. I don't want to look into my bank account and see nothing in there anymore, right? So you get to the point you're like, this is what I don't want, and this is really what I want. So the next phase is, whether, for example, whether you get fired at work, so you have no choice but to leave that environment, or you get, with the body part, you get sick, where you have no choice but to change your diet and start exercising, right? So you get that, I call that point the cosmic 4x4, right? It just kind of comes you and just pushes you where you need to be. And that can be intense. On the physical level, on the soul level, you know exactly what's going on, right? But on the physical level, you're like, whoa, this is just happening too fast. Oh my God, what is happening to my life? And it doesn't help that we are beings of habit. We are beings of, having, like, creating this comfortable zone that we like to stay in. And whenever we're pushed out of that comfort zone, it's very uncomfortable, right? Transformation is that uncomfortable, feeling that uncomfortable. It's like, I don't know where I'm going, but I am taking the steps to get there, right? And at that process, like, transformation really requires trusting in yourself first, that you have the strength and the courage to go through what you go through, and trusting in the process that it will take you to exactly where you need to be, feeling radiant, feeling light, feeling amazing, right? You got to trust that process, and then trust that you have the support that you need, both spiritual support and physical support that you need. And of course, you have to be open to receiving that support. You have to be open to receiving that support. A lot of people, I find that they tend to get hard on themselves when they're going through a transformation. And especially with my clients, I have to always remind them that you're going through a process. Like, I always bring in the energy of the phoenix. The phoenix literally burns into ashes and then rises from the ashes. So if you're taking this process of burning the old, letting go of the old, you can hear my little one acting like a bird here. If you apply that process of burning the old self, the old life, right, and then building something new from the ashes, from the fertility of the ashes, right? You know it's not an easy task. It's easy for the soul, but we're human here, and it's not always easy, right? So you have to be gentle with yourself through this process. That is why it's so important for you to have the support around you. Recognize your spiritual support, your higher self, the angels, calling them in to help you through this process. Oh my God, they make it so much easier. Our divine team makes this process so much easier. When we ignore their help and we try to do it ourselves, that's where we really suffer, because we're not meant to do that. We came to this planet. We came to this planet with badass teams. And just because we can't see them physically doesn't mean that they're not there. And when you tune into them, they're right there. You notice they're right there, and they're willing and open to helping you through anything that gets thrown in your path, that gets thrown in your life, right? Your higher self. I mean, this is the aspect of yourself that knows everything that you're going through already and knows the answers to all of it, that sees way ahead of you and knows how exactly you're going to get there. Why not check into this person, this part of yourself? Like, hey, what steps do I need to take on this time that I'm in? Like, I feel like I can't do this. What do I need to do in order to feel better, to feel in flow through this transformation, right? So we have amazing support with us. And once you recognize, I mean, the spiritual support, like they work in that spiritual realm and also the physical realm, right? Once you recognize that, it opens up everything for you, because what happens, your angels start to bring you people that can help you through that. Your angels, bring you a book that basically shows you the way and how to get through the transformation, right? But again, you got to be open. So let's go to the choices part. We have the choice. You remember, transformation is a call-in, and we get that call-in at the beginning. But we have the choice to say yes to the call-in or fight it, because there's no such thing as saying no to the call-in. It will continue to nudge you, because again, we are dynamic beings. We're not meant to be stagnant. We're not meant to be stuck in one phase, one place, and one being, right? We're always changing. Our experiences make sure that we are changing dynamically, right? And so we have a choice. When we first hear that little nudge, when you start feeling like, okay, something's going to change, we have a choice of saying, okay, I don't know what it is that needs to change, or how the change is going to look like, or what the results is going to look like. But at this point, I'm saying yes, because I know whatever is coming up is for my highest and greatest good. That's all you need to do at the beginning. You don't need to know the how or or you don't need to know any information. Just say yes, because this is you saying yes to yourself, evolving. Right? So that's like when you choose to say yes at that point, literally bringing together all the tools, all the support that you need to make this happen for you. Hey, careful. To make this happen, to make this transformation go smoothly. So have you ever had an experience where for example, let's use like, let's see, what is an easy one? So I'm going to use my example. For example, I was given an opportunity to write a chapter in my book. And I was like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be an author. That's the nudge, right? I've always known that I'm supposed to share my story, my experiences through a form of a book, so that more people can read it and get inspired and get activated. But I never knew how. And even the thought of it made me nauseous. Like, how am I going to sit there and write a book? What am I going to write about? So when this opportunity came, I was like, I don't know if I'm a writer, which was a lie, right? I don't know if I'm a writer. I don't know if I can do this. Hi, thank you for brushing my hair. My little one is brushing my hair. But I followed through, because the initial nudge, the truth within me is that I know that part of my soul's work is to be an author, to share my experiences, my story through authorship, right? So I said yes. That was the first step there, right? The moment I said that, literally just more opportunities came in to support me, right? The tools that I needed to make that happen came through. The story that wanted to be shared came through, right? But I didn't wait to receive all of that in order to say yes. It might look like a simple step at the beginning of just saying yes. I feel this change within me that wants to come through. I have no idea what it is about. It actually makes me nauseous. But you know what? This is for my highest and best good. I feel it on all levels of my being. I am saying yes. Let's do this. Oh, you trying to cut my hair? my little one is trying to give me a hairstyle stuff here. Transformation here, right? Right? So it's so important for you. Don't wait till, that's the other one that I wanted to talk about. Transformation is it's not just all about the big stuff. Like, oh crap, the phoenix just dropped and everything burned down. That is like the end part where you get there because you never listened to that initial nudge. You never took the steps, and your soul literally has to come in to push you into the right direction. It doesn't have to get there, baby. No, it doesn't have to get there, right? Transformation is a process. It can be as smooth flowing as can be, or it can be choppy and intense. But the choice is yours, and it all depends on what actions you take. Do you say yes to the change that your soul wants you to take? Or do you keep ignoring it and shoving it in the box and hoping that it will go away? Hoping that, eventually your coworkers will come back around and everything will be good. One of my job, my work, this was like after I graduated from grad school. And I loved it. I mean, I was learning so many new stuff, and my clients loved me. Like, all the patients loved me. They would request me. And I got to a point and I started thinking about, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I need to change. Like, I can't keep doing this. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm getting too comfortable here. Like, I started to feel it, and even though I was enjoying it, and the patients just loved my energy, and just, it was amazing. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, I'll give it another year. I'll give it like a couple of months. We'll see. And then, one coworker just started making things miserable for me, like miserable. I would come home crying. And even through that time, I was like, I'll pray about it. I'll ask my guides to go in and, do their thing. I'll ask, I brought in the goddesses to come into work and clear it. And the funny thing is that they, like, I would go into the work and everything else, like the connection with my patients, with me and the flow of the work, like all of that was at ease. But when it came to co-workers, it was choppy. It was not good environment. It was not healthy environment. And so I would feel where the angels and my guides were coming in to help me do the work, which was for the benefit of my patients. But the truth is that I had to see my impact, like what I was here to do and how people were receiving my energy, and then take that and expand it out. And I was getting too comfortable in just that little vessel, that little container, that little space. So I did not listen to the little nudges. I pushed it, and it got to the point that I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't, I was stressed out. I was miserable. I hated going to work just because of my coworker, and there was a couple of them too. I just hated it. But the moment I got there and I started working with my patients, it was all good. But she made sure that it was miserable, right? So at the end, I was like, fine. I know what my calling is. I know where you want me to go. Show me what path I need to take. What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? And guess what? Like within a day, I had an offer to become an assistant dean in the grad school that I graduated from. I loved it. Completely loved it. So I did not even wait. I said goodbye so fast. You could not push me out of there. And I moved out of there. And even that experience, that was another something that I needed to learn in order to take it and expand out, which has all brought me to where I am right now, doing what I'm doing full time instead of, a little bit here, a little bit there, like fully in what my service, my purpose, all of that contributed. So we all go through stages. Some transformations we want it so bad that we'll actually do the work, and it seems to flow very beautifully. Like we take the steps, the support comes in, the direction comes in because we're taking the steps. And there's some of them that are like, I don't know if I'm ready to take that. I don't know if I even want to, because I love what I'm doing right now, right? And your soul is like, no, you got to move, you got to expand it out. You got to trust that. It's all a process. And you got to honor whatever process you're in. Even if it is the intense part where you wait to the last minute, you can still at that moment say, yes, you know what? I waited this long, but I'm going to say yes now. Show me the way. What do I need to do? What path do I need to take? What steps do I need to take? You can say yes at any point, right? But you have to say yes. You got to say yes, because that part really is an invitation. It really opens up the support to come in to support you through that transformation. So let me make sure I covered everything here. The expectations, why you're being called to transform. We talked a little bit about that, what it means to transform. I think I covered that. So speaking of transformation, like, be gentle. Every time we're going through a transformation, you got to be gentle with yourself. Some of the things you notice that as you are shifting, like, transformation is literally moving from an old you, an old aspect of you, to a new aspect of yourself. You got to give yourself patience. You got to love on yourself. You got to support yourself. As you're going through this process, you might lose people in the way because they might not resonate with the new you anymore, the new vision anymore. And that is okay. You got to let them go, because the new people will step through to support you. Transformation is burning the old so that the new can rise up. Are you willing to let the old go away? You don't need to know the how. Remember that. You don't need to know the how. Are you willing to let go of what you know you're ready to let go in order for something better, more aligned, more inspiring, more juicy to come in to support you? Whatever that next level of yourself is to come through. We make things too hard for ourselves sometimes, when all we have to do initially is to just say yes to whatever process our soul wants us to walk through. Just say yes, and the rest will show up for you. One step at a time. At any point, you can call in support. Work with your higher self. Like, I cannot say this enough. If you're not working with your higher self, start doing that. Call in your higher self. Higher self. How do I make my life more inspiring, more loving, more juicy, more dynamic, more radiant, more joyful? Whatever it is you want to experience. Work with your higher self. Work with your divine team. This could be a team of, teams usually consist of angels, archangels, the ancestors, the animal guides, numerous teams that come together, powerful beings that come together, who have contract with just us to work with us in this lifetime. Like, our soul is badass. We came in with all the tools that we need. You got to harness that. You got to open your awareness and begin to embrace that. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're not meant to go through it alone. And it begins spiritually. From the time we chose to come to this planet, we pulled in like thousands of team members with us, like behind us, all around us, constantly waiting for us to be like, hey, I need your help. Please step in. I'm going to end this with a little practice that you can start doing now that will make this, every time you reach a point of transformation, will make it so much easier for you. The first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, place your hand on your heart and just take in some deep breaths in and breathe into your heart. Bring into your awareness the image of your heart. And I want you to envision this light, this ball of light. It might look like the sun. It might look like the moon. It might look like a star. But envision that ball of light within your heart. And as you breathe into your heart, let that ball of light expand and grow bigger and bigger and bigger. From this place of your heart, connected to your heart, imagine this beautiful light coming down from another ball of light above, which is source light or the divine light or God light, whatever you call that higher being, the all-knowing, right, that we're a part of. But begin to receive that light coming down through your channel and going right into your heart and mixing into your heart light. And again, receive another like flow of light, river of light coming up through your roots from the Divine Mother. And drink that up and pull that all the way up and place it into your heart. And let those two mix up with your own divine light. And as it does, just like explodes out and creates this beautiful golden bubble of light all around you. And breathe. From this space, go ahead and call in your higher self to come into your heart. Higher self, I call upon you to come into my heart. And envision, like I want you to pay attention to how he or she shows up in your heart. Mine is always looks like angel wings, like white angel wings, so just come in and spread out into my heart. And then the light just kind of spreads throughout my entire being. Once you feel, see, sense the presence of your higher self, ask your higher self to move in front of you, behind you, to the right of you, to the left of you, to go in front of you and prepare the day for you, to move in front of you and call in your clients to you, to move in front of you, to pull in the opportunities for you. Whatever you need, ask her to move in front and bring it to you. That's it. Breathe. And when you're done, just say thank you. Open your eyes, ready to experience an amazing day. So I'd love to hear from you. What questions do you have about what we talked about, transformation? Are you going through your own transformation currently? What support do you need? What clarity do you need through this? For those of you who have amazing transformation story, this is a good one. For those of you who have amazing transformation stories that have really impacted you powerfully, and you would love to share your story, like you have that nudge just like I did to share your story, I invite you to come check out my multi-authored book, Miraculous. It's called Miraculous. Bringing together stories from different people that will instill hope, activate, and inspire them. So if you have a powerful transformation story that you want to share with process, want to become a #1 best-selling author, go ahead and send me a message and let's chat so I can help you do that too. Your soul will be happy. All right, my loves, thank you for receiving this message. Thank you. I'll put all my links in there so you can find me very easily. But I'm so honored. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this space. Thank you for creating this. And until next time, bye everyone.